time to bring the OG ZUMA back to its prime. Basically dialing this thing in so when we drop it off in Oregon, we don't got to worry about it. So went ahead and threw some freshy grips on it because I hated the NCY grips that were on it. Ended up throwing a brand new, wrong bike, I'm looking at this one, brand new Yasuni R on this bike. So I have my old Yasuni R that came off that bike, and we're going to be throwing it on right here, throwing it on this bike. So this bike used to have that Leo Vince pipe on it, and I did like that pipe, but it was a really just bottom end pipe, and sadly it didn't sound too good. It didn't have that two-stroke sound to it, so nothing like a good chamber pipe. Had to throw one on, of course, this bike. So this one still is pretty much the same setup as my blue bike though. It has the stage 6 manifold, has the regular reeds in it though, Plini Corsa, and a Malossi crank in it. This one has a rear stage 6 overrange pulley. So the CVT setup's a little bit different on this, but otherwise this is an identical bike to my blue ZUMA. But since we already have the pipe off, and we might as well go ahead and throw some fresh rubber on it. New Shinko tire is basically a rep of the Michelin Reggae. If you look, the tread's the almost exact same. It's a little bit different, but pretty damn similar. So that's one of my favorite tires. Alright, it's that time of year where all you hear is the fan noise in the garage. We got both fans cranking, but it's time to give this old OG Yami ZUMA some love. We also got some OEM brake pads to throw on her too, so we'll rip these old brake pads off, throw some freshies on her, throw on some freshy rubber, call her a day. We got the mobile bead popper here. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna run it over. When I run it over, you gotta you try to get the rim wet.
Yup. Yup, you good.
Here goes that top. Give me the Emmys on this one. Oh, yep.
Keep going. Yup. Nope, it didn't even pop down. Oh yeah, you got it right there. Yup. Yups. Yups. You're good.
Alright, it is time to try out the red OG ZUMA now. Wow, this thing feels fast right now. It's not like a very torquey feel to it though, like my blue one. So what I was hoping for is that we really like or we can notice the overrange pulley, any difference in it, because if there is, I'll put it on my blue scooter. Dude, it's so weird riding stock throttle after all my bikes have quick throttles now. This one feels weird, I'm not gonna lie. It feels sluggish. I love the way the stock bars feel. Like sometimes it makes me regret doing naked bars. I can't tell if I like the softer contra either. This kind of reminds me of how the F12 was feeling a little bit. It has that sluggish feel. Had to pull out the blue build just to get an idea real quick. I just had to feel the contrast in between this and the other one real quick to get an idea. I can't ride them side by side sadly, but like... Never mind, this feels way better. Because I was riding the F12 so much earlier, I was having so many problems with the F12. I rode the red one, I thought the red one felt good. But the red one's like mid, and then riding this one, I remembered what a good build scooter feels like. Yeah. See, this thing feels right, bro. This one even sounds different than the red one. It's crazy. I think the red one's running a little rich after hearing the difference. We had a homie on the scooter. Alright, so after riding it a little bit, I went through and I took apart pretty much the whole entire CVT area to kind of get a better look at what was actually in here, because it's been years since I actually took this thing apart. I actually completely forgot what was even in here. I knew I had a stage 6 overrange, but I didn't remember like the weights and the springs and everything. We actually had a stage 6 soft contra spring in it, so I'm going to completely switch that up. I'm going to put a strong in it, because I feel like I work better on tuning when I have like a drastic change, and then I can like take step backs and go down and tune it a little bit. So from soft to hard on the contra, and I'm lightening the rollers, because in the rollers, luckily I had a brand new set of these stage 6 rollers, because I didn't have any that were 19 by 5.5, the big rollers for the overrange ones. Went through and it had 7 grams in it. I put 6 5s all around. Should change a lot on the bottom end of the bike. So crazy how big this stage 6 overrange pulley is, and the cases in here. Like, just look at that, dude. That is massive. So, and the clutch is a MOPBOYZ clutch. Sadly, I do not have any other MOPBOYZ clutch springs. So it has soft clutch springs in it, which sucks, and this isn't an adjustable clutch, which also sucks. So we might be changing that. We're stuck with a very soft clutch setup. So that's going to be a weird thing to tune with. I'm not sure how far we'll actually get into tuning this thing to what I would like. But alright, so the max temp we hit, and it wasn't even today, is 320 on this gauge. And that's not even today. I think that was like last time we went riding. Anyways, I think in the top end, this bike is running way too rich. And I decided to lean it out a little bit, and I think that's why this one sounded so weird. The needle clip was 3 slots down from the top. So that means it's letting a lot of fuel in. So I went ahead and dropped it to the very top slot, so the needle sits as far down as it possibly can inside the slide. That's how I've been running all my pre-bugs on the setups with the CP21. So I did that, then I pulled it off, and I realized we had a 105 main in here. Typically, I run whatever comes in the box, and that's usually a 100 main with a 40 pilot. I'm not sure what pilot's in here. I'm about to pull it out and see, but it has a 105 main. I'm going to go ahead and drop that back down to a 100, and then we're going to see if it likes it more in the top end. Oh man, it's feeling pretty good though. Dude, we might have to put this pulley setup on the blue bike. Not gonna lie, it sounded like this thing might need a rebuild soon, bro. I can hear sputtering really bad in the top end, and then once I let off, I hear it in the bottom end. It almost sounded like something was in the motor, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I like the sound of that. It's been a while since I rode this thing, but I do remember that I was having that issue last time I took it out. We went on the trail ride, and it was a while ago now. But I remember at full pain, I was hearing this crazy sound. So we came in, we lightened up the rollers like you saw. I lightened every roller up by 1/2 gram, and I changed the clutch contra to a stiffer contra. It feels amazing. The only problem is the clutch itself. The springs, I didn't have any different ones from MOPBOYZ clutch, and the engagement is way too soon. So the bike feels way better, but the engagement is way too soon. I'm just going to order a different clutch and different clutch springs, and I might take off the oversized overrange pulley set off of here and run it on the F12s. And also, this motor just does not seem too healthy anymore. So I don't even know if this is gonna be a smart idea leaving this bike up in Oregon when it seems like this one might need a rebuild soon. The Corsa probably has about 2,000 or 3,000 miles on it alone. This bike was built by Brandon from Scooter Swap Shop about like 5 or 6 years ago, and then this bike was sold to someone in Vegas and they rode it like every day, and then I bought it from them, and it's literally been the exact same bottom end and top end in this bike ever since. Said, I don't know, man, this motor is clunking and clanking. It does not sound too healthy. And pulling the plug right now, I saw a lot of debris on the plug itself, which makes me think that maybe this thing might need a new top end here coming soon. So I don't know, that might come in the next video. We might have a few more plans to come with what we're gonna do with these things, but that's gonna do it for this one, boys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.